Angela, a survey says, as they say, a survey says that the 80s is the time that fashion forgot. Do you think that's fair?
Not really, not really. If you look on the high street and you look in the stores and actually what people are wearing, it's all about the blazers, the high neck shirts, the girls are all in brogues, waistlines on jeans are going up. So it's all back to what we were doing in the 80s, a very specific trend. Even the neons are coming back in. You're going to see loads of those in the stores. And I saw a lady today in a bright neon orange jumper. So people are getting braver, and it's been filtering through for the last few seasons, but the 80s have definitely been back for about 5 years.
So do you think it's actually, you look at, say, there's nobody actually walking down the street like Cyndi Lauper?
I don't know, some of the youngsters do. They look a little mix.
Well, it's true, you're definitely saying it was an influential period.
Massively so, and it was the last really big decade that were doing anything really different. Even the 90s, it was all about the big sloppy jumpers and the floral skirts and the flowiness and the minimalist stuff. But actually, the 80s was the last real statement decade. Before that, the 70s was all about the flares and the big collars, and then the 60s was all about the little shift dresses and the very short hemlines. So every decade has had a specific signature, and the 80s did do that as well.
Because there'll be some 80s designers, I guess, and maybe at a certain end, say like Vivienne Westwood or Paul Smith, will say, I was cool and fashionable in the 80s and I'm cool and fashionable now, wouldn't they?
Well, yeah, definitely. And there's nobody more crazy than Vivienne Westwood. She's fantastic.
You're a personal stylist. Do you see fashions change over a year or 18 months, or does it have to be like a big block of 5 years?
Actually, there's two things that I notice, and having been in the industry for quite a long time myself. First of all, the silhouette has one sort of trend and it has a period of time. So the basic silhouette will be kind of in for about 8 to 10 years, which sounds crazy and it sounds really long, but it takes a few years for it to filter in. Think about when leggings came back, when skinny jeans came back. That was a good 5, 6, 7 years ago that it started to filter in at the sort of 16, 17-year-old age group. Then it moves up the age groups. It becomes socially acceptable for the older ladies, middle-aged and the older ladies, to start wearing it appropriately. So that's the first kind of thing that happens. You've got the basic silhouette. Secondly, then you've got items. So let's say maxi dresses, for instance. They come on trend, I'd say a good 5 years ago. Nobody bought them, nobody got them, nobody understood. They were winning the sale, that's when I bought mine. The following summer, a few girls were wearing them. Generally they were winning the sale. The next summer, loads of people were wearing them. People were used to seeing them in the stores. The stores will have it, it won't sell, it'll all go in the sale. That's when I bought mine. The following year, again, the stores will have it. It don't get picked up that much, but a few more girls will give it a go. The following season, loads of ladies bought into maxi dresses because they were used to seeing them. They were used to seeing them on the celebrities, in magazines, so they knew how to style them and how to make it acceptable everyday wear. The following season, everyone was wearing them. I didn't wear mine. As far as I'm concerned, it's done. I'm bored with it. I've been wearing it for 3 years, 3 summers. So that's where people kind of go wrong. They buy at the peak of when it's really, really trendy, rather than, how should I put it, rather than when it's actually it's begun. So that when I'm saying the periods of time, like I said, 4 years is kind of key for an item, and 8 to 10 years for a silhouette.
Because again, going back to the 80s for a second, 80s was a sort of kitsch heaven, wasn't it? And we look at actually, you know, our next interview, next film piece is going to be here at Lakeside with Rylan. Yes. And Eurovision, and you know, look at all. I mean, it looks like an obvious person. It should be. So kitsch has been 80s kitsch is well ensconced in 2014.
Of course, yes, definitely. You kind of see it everywhere. From if you think about the trend with the motifs on the jumpers, so whether it's a pair of lips or a penguin or an owl, or you're seeing like these kitsch items on the front of jumpers, and so that's the same sort of thing. It's like. We had that crazy 80s where it was ostentatious and out there, and then the 90s went really minimalist. So yeah, you're completely right. It's definitely coming.